Welcome, dear listener. Today we embark on a journey through the ancient corridors of Stoic wisdom, guided by a question that haunts many of us in the modern world. What do we say when someone drags the weight of our past into the present, using it as a weapon against us? In today's topic, we will explore not only the philosophical foundations that can steady our hearts, but also the exact words, simple, powerful, and rooted in Stoic thought, that you can utter in those moments of confrontation. This is not a lecture, it is a script for a living conversation, a narration you can rehearse, internalize, and, when the time comes, deliver with confidence. So settle in, breathe deeply, and let the timeless teachings of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca become your armor. The modern battlefield. Past as a weapon. Imagine you are at work in a meeting and a colleague brings up a mistake you made 3 years ago. The tone is sharp, the implication clear. You still cannot learn, can you? Or perhaps a friend, in a heated argument, resurrects an old grievance, hoping to wound you anew. In these moments, the past is wielded like a sword, not to illuminate a lesson, but to cut down your credibility, your confidence, your very sense of self. The pain is immediate, the sting familiar. You feel exposed, as if the person has taken a photograph of a moment you thought was long buried and projected it onto the present stage. Why does this hurt so deeply? Because we, as human beings, are wired to protect our identity. When someone pulls a thread from the tapestry of our past, it threatens the pattern we have been weaving. The Stoics understood this instinct, and they offered a way to step back, observe, and respond not with reflexive anger, but with measured clarity. The Stoic lens. What is truly in our control? The cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is the dichotomy of control, the clear division between what lies within our power and what does not. Epictetus famously said that it is not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. When someone uses your past against you, the event, the accusation, the reminder, the judgment is outside your control. What is within your control is your internal response. The thoughts you entertain, the emotions you allow to rise, and the words you choose to speak. Let us unpack this with 3 simple questions, each a Stoic checkpoint before you answer. First, is this accusation true? Second, does it affect my present actions? Third, is my reaction within my power? If the answer to the first 2 is no, then the accusation is a phantom, a mental construct that has no bearing on your current reality. The third question reminds you that you can choose a response that aligns with virtue, rather than being dragged into a vortex of shame or defensiveness. The inner dialogue. Reframing the past. Before we craft the external words you will say, we must first shape the internal narrative. The Stoics taught that the mind is a garden, thoughts are the seeds. If you plant the seed of I am forever defined by that mistake, you will reap a harvest of self-limitation. Plant instead the seed of I have learned, I have grown, and I am not my past. Consider this mental rehearsal, spoken slowly, as if you are whispering to yourself in a quiet courtyard. I understand why that moment stands out for you. It was a learning experience for me, and I have taken concrete steps since then to ensure it does not repeat. Let us focus on how we can move forward together. When this internal mantra becomes second nature, the external response will flow with the same calm authority. The Stoic response. A script for the moment. Now let us move to the heart of our script. The exact words you can say when someone attempts to weaponize your past. The goal is threefold. First, acknowledge without surrendering, show you have heard them, but do not concede that the past defines you. Second, redirect to the present, shift the focus to current actions, intentions, and values. Third, invite constructive dialogue, offer a path forward that is rooted in mutual respect and growth. Below are 5 variations, each adaptable to different contexts, professional, personal, or public. Feel free to choose the one that resonates most with your style or blend elements from several. Acknowledgement-Redirect formula. I understand why that moment stands out for you. It was a learning experience for me, and I have taken concrete steps since then to ensure it does not repeat. Let us focus on how we can move forward together. The Stoic question. Approach. What about that incident concerns you most in our current situation? I am happy to address any real impact it may have now, but I also believe we should judge each other by the actions we take today. Future-focused statement. That episode taught me a lot about responsibility and resilience. I have applied those lessons in the projects we are handling now, and I am confident they will benefit the team. Shall we discuss the next steps? Calm deflection technique. I appreciate you bringing that up. My focus now is on delivering the best results we can achieve together. If there is a specific concern about my current performance, I am open to hearing it. Philosophical mirror response. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. I choose to think of that past moment as a catalyst for growth, not a stain. How can we use that perspective to improve our collaboration now? Practicing the script. A guided exercise. Words like muscles become stronger with deliberate practice. Let us now walk through a short, structured rehearsal. Find a quiet space, sit upright, and imagine a scenario that feels realistic for you: a co-worker, a family member, a friend. Visualize their tone, their body language, the exact words they might use. Step 1. Set the scene. My manager, Alex, brings up the project delay from 2 years ago during our weekly check-in. Step 2. Identify the accusation. You still haven't learned to meet deadlines, have you? Step 3. Choose your response. Pick one of the 5 scripts above or craft a hybrid. For this exercise, let us use the Acknowledgement-Redirect formula. Step 4. Speak aloud. I understand why that moment stands out for you. It was a learning experience for me, and I have taken concrete steps since then to ensure it does not repeat. Let us focus on how we can move forward together. Step 5. Observe the internal shift. Notice the change in your breathing, the softening of tension in your shoulders, the steadiness of your voice. This physical feedback reinforces the mental shift from reactive to reflective. Step 6. Reflect. Did I feel in control? Did the response feel authentic? If any part feels forced, adjust the wording until it aligns with your natural cadence. The Stoic ideal is not a rigid script, but a principle-based approach that you can adapt fluidly. Repeat this exercise with different scenarios, family gatherings, social media comments, even imagine future confrontations. Over time, the response becomes second nature, and the anxiety that once accompanied such attacks diminishes. The Stoic attitude. Behind the words. You may wonder why a philosophical framework matters if you already have a polite response. The answer lies in the quality of the response, not merely its form. Stoicism offers 3 virtues that shape the tone and intention behind every utterance. Wisdom is the ability to discern what truly matters in the moment. Courage is the willingness to speak truthfully, even when it may be uncomfortable. Temperance is the moderation of emotions, preventing anger or shame from dictating speech. When you embed these virtues into your reply, the words carry weight beyond politeness. They become an expression of your character. The person on the other side may not have expected such composure, and that in itself can shift the power dynamics. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Even with a script we can stumble. Let us examine 3 frequent traps and the Stoic antidotes to each. The trap of over-apology. Over-apologizing reinforces the narrative that the past defines you, and it can invite further attacks. The Stoic antidote is self-acceptance. Acknowledge the event without self-condemnation. Reframe with "I acknowledge that incident and have learned from it." The trap of aggressive deflection. Aggression escalates conflict, and it signals that you are still emotionally triggered. The Stoic antidote is temperance. Respond calmly, even when provoked. Reframe with "I understand your concern. Let us discuss how it impacts our current work." The trap of passive acceptance. Passive acceptance gives the other person power over your self-image. The Stoic antidote is courage. Stand firm in your values and assert your growth. Reframe with "I see that incident as a stepping stone, not a verdict on my character." By recognizing these traps, you can steer your response back to the Stoic center, balanced, rational, and purposeful. The role of empathy. Seeing the other side. Stoicism is not a cold, detached philosophy, it is deeply humane. The Stoics taught that we are all part of a common humanity, and that understanding the motives of others is a path to inner peace. When someone brings up your past, ask yourself what fear they might be projecting, whether they feel insecure about their own performance, or whether this is a pattern of control they use with others. If you can glimpse the underlying anxiety, your response can carry a subtle compassion that disarms hostility. After delivering your chosen script, you might add, "I sense this is a concern for you as well. How can we both feel more secure moving forward?" This invitation signals that you are not merely defending yourself, but also caring about the relational health of the interaction. It transforms a potential battle into a collaborative problem-solving session. Real-world illustrations. Corporate boardroom. During a quarterly review, a senior executive references a failed product launch from 5 years ago, implying the presenter is still incompetent. The response follows the Stoic script. "I understand why that launch remains vivid. It taught me valuable lessons about market research and risk management, which I applied to our current product line, resulting in a 15% increase in early adoption. Let us focus on the data from this quarter to assess our progress." The executive's tone softened, the discussion shifted to current metrics, and the presenter earned respect for turning a past failure into measurable success. Family dinner. A sibling brings up a teenage argument about money, suggesting the speaker is still cheap. The response, "I hear that memory still hurts you. Since then I have worked hard to become more generous, and I have supported you in several ways over the years. Let us talk about how we can support each other now." The sibling's defensiveness melted, leading to a heartfelt conversation about mutual support and forgiveness. Social media comment. An online commenter resurrects a controversial blog post the speaker wrote a decade ago, accusing them of outdated thinking. The written response. "Thank you for revisiting that piece. My perspective has evolved considerably since then, informed by new research and lived experience. I invite you to read my recent work, where I address those very issues with a more nuanced view." The comment thread shifted from accusation to constructive dialogue, and several readers expressed appreciation for the speaker's growth. These vignettes illustrate that the Stoic approach works across contexts, from boardrooms to living rooms to the digital sphere. Integrating Stoic practices into daily life. To make these responses feel natural, embed Stoic habits into your everyday routine. First, morning reflection. Spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing potential challenges. Perhaps a colleague will bring up a past mistake. Imagine yourself responding with calm, using the script. This mental rehearsal primes your mind for the real encounter. Second, evening journaling. At night, write a brief entry. What moments today tested my composure? How did I respond? What could I improve? Over time, you will notice patterns, celebrate progress, and refine your language. Third, physical anchor. When you feel the surge of anxiety, pause, inhale for a count of 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Pair this breath technique with the reminder, I control my response. This grounds you in the present and prevents reactive outbursts. By weaving these habits into your day, the Stoic mindset becomes a second skin, always ready, always present. A final script. The complete narrative. Let us now present a complete narrative you can rehearse, from the moment the accusation lands to the final closing line. Feel free to adjust the wording, but keep the structure intact. I hear you bringing up that incident from a few years back. It was a pivotal moment for me, and I took it seriously. Since then, I have implemented 3 concrete changes: a systematic review process, regular peer feedback, and a personal accountability tracker. These steps have reduced similar errors by 80% in the past year. My focus now is on delivering the best results we can achieve together. If there is a specific concern about my current performance, I am open to discussing it directly. Ultimately, I believe we both benefit most when we evaluate each other based on present actions and future potential, rather than isolated moments from the past. Notice how each sentence serves a purpose: acknowledgement, evidence of growth, invitation to discuss the present, and a philosophical closure. When delivered with steady eye contact and a measured pace, this script conveys confidence, humility, and forward-looking optimism, all hallmarks of Stoic virtue. Closing thoughts. The power of the present. We have traveled from the sting of a past-based attack to the calm shores of Stoic response. Along the way, we uncovered the essential truth that the past is a teacher, not a jailer. By embracing the dichotomy of control, reframing our internal narrative, and arming ourselves with purposeful language, we reclaim agency over our identity. Remember the words of Seneca, that it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Do not waste the precious moments you have by allowing old ghosts to dictate your present. Instead, let each encounter become an opportunity to demonstrate the timeless strength of a mind trained in Stoic wisdom. Take a final breath. Feel the steadiness in your chest. When the next person tries to use your past against you, you will not merely survive the moment, you will transform it into a testament of your growth. Thank you for listening. May your days be guided by reason, your actions by virtue, and your words by the calm confidence of a Stoic heart.